Welcome back to our next season of Good Luck Adventures XOXO. We ended our last campaign on a bit of a cliffhanger, but maybe we'll get back to it. Our current campaign takes place in a totally different world, in a totally different system. This is the Kill 6 Billion Demons comic, and the game based off of it is called Broken Worlds. Broken Worlds is based on the Dungeon Worlds series of games, so it is a D6 system. Our players will be rolling with 2 to 3 D6, so it's much simplified, and character sheets and skills and abilities are much simplified. So, as our characters play, you'll kind of be able to figure out what niche it is that they fill in the game and what kind of cool powers they have. The world itself is pretty expansive. A lot of the game is going to take place in a place called Throne, which is what heaven is in most religions. But it is a heaven overwhelmed with a surplus of peoples and populations that have run there from their planets, which are at war. It is full of devils and angels, ne'er do wells, and is a very tightly populated, overcrimed city. And so we meet our characters as they exist in it and as they live and breathe. And we start with Kesra.
I'm Becca Biley, and I'm playing Kesra Silverbell. I'm Catfolk, and I have smoky gray fur. Am I allowed to introduce myself fully? Okay. I have smoky gray fur and emerald green eyes. I'm wearing a tunic and a cloak, and so I'm kind of covered in shadow. But if the light hits me just right, you can see the golden hoops in my ears. Yeah, that's me.
And what is Kesra currently doing?
Oh, I'm skulking. It's my favorite activity.
Next, we have Lilah.
So, like, interior, a shabby alley side bar, and Lilah is a human, just like talking to everyone at the bar, and just being really cheerful and like delightful and fun to be around, and just charming various people throughout the night, so she never has to pay for a drink of her own. Just getting sloshed. Because this is what she's good at. Yeah. And then she just yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can keep going.
No. And then she just stumbles out and her adventure begins.
Next, we have Millphen.
Hi, I'm Millphen Osroc. You can call me Mill or Fen for short. I am a blue devil, which means I'm about 3 feet tall. I'm blue. I have a chitinous exoskeleton, and I really like to wear hats. That's just part of my thing. And I am currently... And I am currently at my shop where I deal in antiquities, dealing with a customer who has brought me a little trinket that they claim is an item of power, but I don't know. I'm looking at it under my microscope and it's seeming a little chintzy.
And last but not least, Selva.
Hi, I'm Selva. I am an 18-inch high eidolon, which is a person made of stone with a crystal core. I am currently dressed in gesture clothes made for a doll and floating in the air. And I am, in fact, working security at Millphen's little shop. And I am looking very much pointedly not interested in whatever crap they're showing Millphen now, which is probably part of one of my friends or some crap.
All right. So with we start with Kesra. Kesra, you find yourself skulking. You find yourself skulking outside of Millphen's shop. Why are you skulking?
There's someone inside who I would like to meet.
And Lilah, you stumble out of the bar, which is only a couple doors up, and you see.
Like, bye everyone, have a great night.
Yeah, you're stumbling out. You remember, Lilah, that you had some people that you were supposed to meet at Liquor I Hardly Know Her. Which you notice
Yeah.
you're very close to. Serendipitous almost.
Yeah.
How fortuitous.
I go there and I pay no attention to the name. Like, not worth thinking about.
Not funny.
I
You say
follow
loudly.
Lilah into liquor.
What?
She follows Lilah in to lick her.
Now you don't understand. These runes are very old. They're very ancient. This is worth at least twice what you're trying to give me. Aloud, an unruly red devil says to you, Millphen.
I'm sorry, but you clearly don't know shit about runes because you see here, this is the word of Godric, and this is the word of Bernie, and these are not worth the stone that they were carved in. Sorry, honey. So get out of my shop
Ridiculous.
if you won't take my price.
I ought to wring your little blue devil neck.
Selva?
You might need to calm him down by using a flame roll.
A flame roll?
Flame is like your charisma.
A 6.
Okay, that's an unambiguous success. So how do you succeed at this roll? How do you calm him down and get him out?
I stick my tongue out and I go, and I say, if you get out of here, I'll give you some blue liquor, or alternatively, I'll have Selva cave your skull in.
He looks over at Selva, an 18-inch tall eidolon floating off the
Selva
ground.
crosses their tiny arms.
Oh, I don't want no trouble with the eidolon. I'll be going. Stumbles out the door quickly.
Ugh. These characters, can hardly stand them.
So all of you were told to gather here. Some of, or Millphen, you weren't told to gather here. It's your shop, but you were told someone was going to meet you here through the grapevine. Someone important, but you weren't really sure who. A lot of you
Where
guys
are
have
they?
contacts on the streets. The shop begins to fill with cigar smoke. The air becomes like thick with cigar smoke, and a silhouette steps out of the smoke, who wasn't there before. And this is Johnny Golden, a gold devil. So how it kind of works is that with devils, the colors are also tiers of like importance. So gold devils are like the second most important. It's black, gold, red, blue. So the way that they kind of look is they have these black flowing pinstripe robes. They have a simple gold mask, which is only like covers the eyes and nose, but the rest is dark shadow inside the robes, except for this kind of like ember of a cigar sticking out from the shadow, presumably from the mouth, but it's just like shadow in the hood. He's a well-known gangster in the shades. He has 6 hands, and he's smoking cigars. He's holding lit cigars in 3 of his 6 hands. And he's kind of like notorious in the shades. He's not like a top-level boss, but he would certainly be well known to all of you. And then out of the smoke also steps his 2 bodyguards, 2 large red devils, who are wearing tailored pinstripe suits, and they've got like little fedoras. Oh, I suppose you're all wondering why I brought you here.
John,
Is
this is an unexpected acquaintance.
is
Well,
is 3 cigars at a time really the most efficient way to be smoking? Or like, do you really need all 3? I'll take one of those off your hands.
so they put one like up where you think the mouth would be, but you can't tell, and then one where like a shoulder should be, and then one where like the belly would be, and you see a deep inhale and all the embers glow red, and then smoke shoots out of like several weird spots under the cloak. 3 is
Weird.
sufficient.
All right, sorry.
All right. Well, I called you all here because you're known, but you're not too well known. No one's watching you. It's important that what I'm about to tell you stays in this room. It's got to be done quietly. Now, I know one of you, Kesra, I can try quiet,
No, that's right, boss.
but the rest of you, all right, it doesn't leave this room. I will know if it does. But there'd be no reason for you to tell anyone if you want to keep all the wealth that I'm about to tell you to yourself. Well, used to be in the old days, I mean, the shades were mine. I ran them. I ran the streets. I owned the streets. I owned the fighting ring. I owned the pancration ring. Less and less these days, less and less. Folks, the gods, the 7, they're going to war again. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. And we're not the first people to die when the 7 go to war, but we're not the last standing either. So what I'm looking at is a way to get out of this city. Maybe a nice place to retire. But I need a lot of money to do that, a lot of liquid assets. And liquid assets I don't got. But if all of this goes to plan, all of us will be very wealthy. But it's a complicated plan. It's got a lot of moving parts. I've got other people handling some of those moving parts. I need you, all of you, to handle occasional missions for me to make sure that other things all come together before I can really let you know what's happening. This first thing, there's a ship that I need to know about. It's a flying ship, one of the flying ships that circles Throne. I don't know where it flies and I don't know the name of it, but I need to know both of those things. There's a ledger book in one of the towers in the spire. It's the main aircraft control tower. In one of the ledger books, it has the name of every ship and every route that that ship takes. I need that ledger book so that we can track this ship. So you need to get into that tower and get that ledger book. Questions?
What can you tell us about this tower?
It's one of the main airports in the city. A lot of flying ships go in and out. It's got a lot of traffic daily. It's got a lot of folks there. A lot of 2 to 3 guilds run the tower at any time. And as far as I know, there's a secure vault in the middle of the tower towards the top that has all the ledges inside.
Are there any items of value other than ledgers inside?
To an entrepreneur such as yourself, there's a lot there that could sell for a lot.
Intrigued, very intrigued.
Wait, is this a heist gang? Am I in a heist gang?
Well,
Not in yet.
not yet. What you're doing for me right now, I just need the name of a ship, and I need to know where it's going.
I think we can figure that out for you. I have connections.
Excellent. This ship should be a bank ship. That's about all I can give you concrete-wise. Should be for bank, the Bank of the Eternal. It might be registered under a company name, though, under another company name. But that's about all I can give you as leads. I trust quiet and a job well done. I'll meet you back here in a couple days to see what you got.
Done more with less. I think we can do this.
Well, if you do this, it's 3 wealth per.
We
for
got your
this
back,
mission.
Johnny.
If everything comes to fruition and we end up getting what I'm going after, A king's ransom for each of us.
Thank
Let's
you,
say the
John.
rest of you lot. You in for this?
Sure. Yeah. I'll hang.
Selva, I know this isn't in our contract, but you wanna get in on this?
Yeah, I don't exactly have anything going on.
Sounds good.
Sounds like you've got work to do, so I'll leave you to it. He blows like a big puff of smoke, and him and his two cronies vanish into the smoke. The smoke eventually clears from the shop.
I wanted to tell him it's a no smoking shop, but you don't tell Johnny that.
So, we going? And Lilah just starts heading for the door, just like, we'll figure it out on the way, right? Like,
You're a little quick on your feet there. Sorry, what's your name?
my name's Lilah.
That's it? Lilah? No last name?
Who are you? Who's asking?
You saw my name on the shop.
I paid no attention to the shop sign.
It's
and don't
Osroc's
remember what it said.
Antiquities.
Oh. I thought this was liquor. I hardly knew her.
Oh yeah,
The milk
shit.
shop's next door.
I think I just went into the wrong store. I think I gotta go over to Liquor I Hardly Knew Her and go see what's going on there.
I need to go over to my shop.
She's gone.
Selva starts sweeping the floor. Done for the day.
How long is the broom that you're using to sweep the floor?
It's a normal sized broom.
Okay.
Holding it like at the base.
You just see like the top wildly swinging back and
Yeah,
forth.
exactly.
Well, a lot of you have contacts in the city I'm sure that you can go to for information.
So I'm wondering, have y'all done something like this before?
Oh yeah. I actually, this one time I was heisting another tower, and I just walked in. I was like, "Hey, tower guard, do you want a drink?" And it just went really well. And then we went inside, and then it's my old buddy. Actually, now we hang out all the time.
We've been married for 15 years.
I think we did. But yeah.
We did the marriage.
Yeah, so that's why I figured we can just go. We can just talk our way into the tower and heist us up some ship names. I'm confused about what we're doing. I was zoning in and out when he was talking, but I think I got the gist.
This is the problem with working with humans, am I right?
Who you calling human?
Look, we're going to a tower, we're getting a ledger. It's not that complicated. So are we doing this?
We're getting more than just a ledger.
Also to manifest, right?
I mean, there's trinkets. There's items of value. I can.
Let's go. I start leaving the shop. I'm like, all right, we're going.
All right.
I'm following Lilah.
So let's see. I'm trying to look for the.
I gotta lock up. Like it's still operating hours.
I just dropped the broom.
I keep walking.
And start floating after Lilah.
If we pass by Liquor I Hardly Know Her, I'm like, I poke my head inside. I was like, see you. I'll be back later, Marcus.
In step with Lilah and Selva, but like against the wall.
Yeah.
Wow. You really know. Wow, Kesra, you really know how to run in the shadows. You're like some sort of shadow runner.
What are you talking about? You can't see me?
No, illegal.
Illegal.
Should we
We
stop
have to
by?
cancel the
so-
podcast
Should we
now.
stop by the potion seller and ask for their strongest potions?
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got a potion right here.
Let me walk you through a few of the moves that you
Okay,
guys can
okay.
do right now to try and get information. So you can bend will. You can ply the market. You can query the cosmos.
Okay, I need to look at my sheet.
Selva is going to query the cosmos.
All right. Roll me 2d6. Is this a knowledge that you're rolling or a meditation?
What I don't understand the mechanical difference.
Knowledge plus mind, meditation plus mind. So I don't know if there really is one.
I'm gonna say knowledge and add my -1 mind.
Hell yeah.
So that's a 7.
Okay, good.
So I've
So-
got. Oh, sorry.
So I mean, 6 to 7 is an unambiguous win. Or no, I'm sorry. So you said you got a 7?
7 total. Do I
Right,
tell you
okay.
each die or the combo, the combination?
Let's see. Hold on. Knowledge. If you choose knowledge, you consult your own knowledge about something. Roll plus mind. On a 7 to 9, the information will either be dangerous or interesting, but not directly useful. Tell
Okay.
your GM how you know this information. Either way. So the knowledge you know is dangerous or interesting. Tell me which one.
Dangerous.
All right. So you happen to know that the tower that they're talking about has recently been taken over by the Flesh Carvers gang.
The Flesh Carvers gang.
The Flesh Carvers Syndicate, sorry.
Gotcha.
Ooh. I've got this ability called Way and Means.
Mm-hmm.
When you're among small people in the country or city and need something from the lay of the land, choose one. Word on the streets, food, booze, supplies, help. Roll plus heat. On a 10 plus, it comes to you mostly intact, probably a little dirty. On a 7 to 9, you get it, but in the process of getting it, you are led wildly astray from your original path. Can I use that? Can I go hang out with some small people?
Oh, wait.
Be like-
yeah, 1 second. We can go back to that. But,
Oh.
Selva, you did have to tell me how you know that information about the tower.
Oh, about the tower. Selva lives in a junkyard with a whole bunch of other similar eidolons that have been sort of discarded or just are too old and their bodies are too broken and they can't afford replacements. And there's they talk. They have connections as well. They do their own business outside of the junkyard. But it's a little close-knit community.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yes. So, Lilah, you essentially can just say, as you're making your way through the crowds, that you're picking up information as you need it.
Yeah, okay, so I'll roll 2d6.
Mm-hmm. And then you add plus heat.
So I got an 8,
All right.
which means I get it, but I get wildly led astray.
Okay, so what were you looking for first?
Looking for information on this tower or the ship,
Okay. So essentially what happens is that someone is like, "Oh yeah, he knows." And then they're like, "Oh, they know. Oh, she knows. Oh, they know." And you guys are wandering all over the market ring. Eventually you find it, but you're on the opposite side of throne from the spire that you need to be at.
No,
So the
trust me, this.
The information that you find, so you were just trying to find some information about the job or something specific?
I don't know how wild I can get with this. I'm
You-
trying to find the ship's name or something.
Okay, so you found out that there was this guy, and he was fired a few weeks ago, so he doesn't know the exact name of the ship. But they have a secret ledger, kind of hidden in a void space. The door to the void space is in that tower, but you have to go there's a guy who hangs out next to the door. He has a set of keys, and then you have to use those keys to open that door. It leads you out into the void space, and that's where all the secret ledgers are, and that's where bank vault chips would have their ledgers.
Okay.
Have we all followed Lilah
Yeah,
to this?
yeah. I'm
to
assuming
the
you
other
all
side
went
of
as a
the
group.
throne.
So do you have to find now a way to get to the other side of Throne? You can walk, which will take you some time. You can take the train, which might end up in conflict because different guilds own like every train car, and so every stop at a station is a possibility of a new guild taking over that train car. There is just a host of animals of all kinds in the city that you could use to get over there, or something else that I haven't thought of. Magic.
Let's
perhaps.
take the bus.
Let's take the
Public
bus.
transportation. We need to support it or it'll go away.
All right, so there is a bus. The buses are old giant angel carcasses that have essentially been powered with demons. Just like they're big giants that have like all of this stuff built on them for people to sit on, that are just kind of controlled to walk throughout the city.
Enter
So
through
you
the
guys,
anus.
what was that?
I
And through the
enter
exit.
through the anus.
Yeah, that's right. The entrance for this one is through the anus. You walk up to the shoulders where all of the cargo is kept, and you guys are moving through the city. This is free, but it is a little slower. It is faster than walking, and but this has to go like around the ring, and then up to Spires where you guys need to go. So Spires is, I believe, the fourth ring, with Furnaces being the third ring, but Furnaces goes way down. Spires obviously goes way up. So they've kind of grown into and over each other. So the fourth and fifth ring go very high up to these extremely tall, spiry towers with these like flocks of green devils that nest at the tops, and all the way down into like these, essentially where all the factories for Throne are, where the air is like not breathable to humans, and people have to wear like special contraptions and have sealed houses to live. But you guys are heading up, and you've gotten to the Spires district. You get off the bus. Now you need to find a way to. You can either kind of head into the ground, one of the more ground floor entries of this spire, which is not really the ground floor because that's obviously it goes way down to the furnace. But like a lower entrance, or you could try and enter closer to the top, but you'd probably need to get on an airship to be able to do that.
Look, I'm afraid of heights. A little scared of airships, gotta say.
Sticking to the shadows. Do I
Someone
Selva-
could.
do I
Can
see
Selva
anybody
just
that I
fly?
recognize?
What's up?
Do I see anybody that I recognize?
You can spend a power die to see someone you recognize.
I feel like. Okay.
I won't be using the even or odd die for fans of the show. This game really doesn't lend itself to the even or odd die. Instead, if you want something good, you can spend a power die for it.
As we all die for power.
I'm gonna spend a power die. I feel like I would know seedier people in seedier areas who would get us in quickly.
Yeah, so you see an old friend. It's a priestess of Yisvoya. Yisvoya is like this. There's like argument among scholars on whether or not this deity was a god covered in birds or was a bunch of birds pretending to be a god. No one really knows, but it is a god closely assembled with all feathered kinds. So you see this priestess covered in like this big feathery robe, feathers kind of sticking out haphazardly. Has this like little wool cap and a big staff with like a lot of spokes sticking out randomly with birds sitting on it. And you see them and you walk up to them. What do you say?
I bow my head in reverence, priestess. It's good to see you. But my tail.
Come up, child.
My tail is very twitchy. A
Yeah.
little,
Is Kesra's
Little-
mouth watering?
a
All these
little
birds.
excited.
Yeah, all the
Praises-
birds are like on edge, like tweet, 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 tweet. What can I do for you? It's been some time since I've seen you.
It has. I hope you've been well. There's a tower that my companions and I need access to, and we don't know the best route. It has been too long since I've been this way. What do you advise?
Which tower?
It's a tower in Spire.
You point your,
Excellent.
you know which one it is because you see all the airships going to it, so I assume you just kind of point at it. Ah, of course. Let me see what I can find. And she slams her staff into the ground, and her eyes roll back into her head, and all of her bird's eyes roll back into their head. And you just kind of see all of the birds that were flying in the air randomly start flying in like a clockwise direction around the tower. And this goes on for a few minutes. Her eyes come back. Yes, the birds have brought me much news. It seems like the lower levels are full of the flesh terrors. It would be a very difficult journey to make it through. However, there are that tower there. She points at one that's kind of like leaning, like it's a little, it's like not quite straight, but you see it kind of like leans behind the tower. That comes close enough that you could leap from one window to the other, but it is a dangerous way, a dangerous path. That building itself is condemned at those levels, but you could bypass much of the lower levels.
What is that tower called? Is it the Crooked Tower of Pizzazz?
Yeah, it's the Crooked Tower of Pizzazz.
It's been a while. I couldn't remember if that was correct.
It seems a little high up there.
It is
jumping
it
from
is a
windows.
climb. It is a climb. And in that building, there are certainly other lower guilds that have taken over it. So it's not entirely a peaceful way itself, but perhaps an easier way than through the flesh terrors.
I give you
Well,
all of my thanks for that
if you're look-
information.
If you're looking for my opinion, I think we can get some loot from the tower more so than we could get from the fleshies.
I'm always down to get high.
I vote for Curve Cock Tower.
But I'm not jumping out of any windows.
I can fly.
Thank you.
You
Selva.
can hover. We
Can
talked about
hover.
hovering. We did not say you could fly.
Yeah, it's like R2D2 rules.
Damn it.
I knew that was big enough that we were going to try and do something. Oh, it's 73 floors up. Yeah, I just go up there.
I slowly rise all the way to the top.
I think, listen, I've climbed some towers before.
We're not talking about your sex life, Lilah.
More.
I'm not talking about my sex life either.
I bet Kesra has climbed some kitty cat towers before.
I say we just do it the most simple, straightforward way.
But the tower's not straight.
What? Which way is that?
You know, the one that makes the most sense.
All right.
Lilah agreed.
And so we go do the one that is easiest and makes the most sense, GM, and we do that.
Right.
And the session ends.
And the session
Good
ends
luck,
and we
everyone.
win.
How much
good
money
job.
did I get? Pay me
Yep,
right
it looks
now.
like you have very many paths up to the top, but there are a couple that seem easier right now. You can go up. You can find an airship to get to the top. You can go up the Crooked Tower and parkour your way closer to the top, or you can go straight up. Judge Dredded, if you will.
I am the law. There's an Onion video years and years ago in like 2008 of where all the Supreme Court justices started saying, "I am the law." I thought it was very funny.
And then they just did it in real life.
Too
First
real.
as comedy, second as tragedy. Hegel was wrong.
I wanna climb the long, deep spire.
I just am uncomfortable with all the sexual references, but I agree. Climbing sounds fun.
Ew, what's sexual about it?
What's sexual?
Hard
about the
man is
crooked
good
spire?
to climb.
Listen, I've only ever seen straight spires.
I can show you a world.
Now, I did start drinking my beer out of a horn, so
Nice. Now we're in it.
You had to.
Wait, doesn't
That's like
that
when
make
Agent Smith's
Lilah-
glasses get broken.
Which one of you?
Now I'm angry.
So you start heading for the Crooked Tower. So let me see. There's a couple moves that we can do to kind of get through the Crooked Tower. All right, so. Overcome would probably be a good one. Bend Will might be another one that would be good.
Yeah, for a move?
Or Prize Secrets, perhaps. What was that? Sorry?
Could I use closed eyes and still hearts using the Panther School technique? Which allows me to undertake a journey where I infiltrate and find the best route without being seen or heard.
Excellent. I believe you have to
ooh.
roll for that one.
Do I do 2? Is that right?
2.
I rolled 2 5s. I don't know what that means.
You
that
got
means
10.
You did really good. That is a perfect success, a flawless success. So on your sheet, it should say under closed eyes, still hearts, what a 10 means.
I pass undetected, accomplishing my goal as I choose.
Yeah. So you tell me a story now, essentially. How do you get up? So where is your end goal?
Essentially, what I'm trying to do is find a route that not only works for me, but also for my compatriots, keeping in mind all of their clumsy human needs and other, potential limitations in a way that allows them to get up into the tower without being caught, essentially.
All the
Okay.
all the way along, Lila's stumbling and being like, "You don't have to make it easy for me. I'm very agile."
All right,
She
so
like
everyone
trips
else-
over.
Everyone else, you can make the overcome roll empowered, which means you roll 3d6 and you take the 2 best.
And do we add a stat?
Yeah, for overcome, you're gonna choose whichever stat you think fits best.
Like with it, I don't know what it's like either body or reflex, I think, right?
It can be any of yours, so you can be your highest one. You just have to justify it.
He's like charisma.
Yeah, he's charisma. So I mean, essentially, like you've already told a story about how you made friends with a gate guard and then like got up in the tower. So essentially, like you're just too cool for them to be like, oh, they don't belong here. Like you have so much, like it's the person that like walks into any place with so much charisma that no one questions why they're there.
Well, that's actually sort of a thing too. I can pass unnoticed as a local in most situations, even if someone is looking for me.
Yeah. So
But
Essentially-
if I add my heat and use that, then I got a 6.
wait, so you rolled 2 5s? You rolled 10?
No. What?
You said you rolled 2 5s.
I did not roll 2 5s. I rolled 2 2s.
Oh. Wait, so you rolled 3d6, right?
Yep. And I chose the 2 highest, and they were 2 2s.
Oh, so what's your total roll?
So I rolled 4 plus 2 is 6. Because
Oh,
that's my heat.
I don't know. I thought you said 2 5s. Yeah,
I think
so
That's
6.
Kesra rolled 2 5s.
6 total. So what's it say for 6? Oh, for overcome, I'll read it. That is going to be a miss. So it says prepare for the worst.
Oh,
So
wow.
we will come back to you.
Uh-oh.
Milf damn it.
It's Millphen.
Millphen?
Is that your job title?
Millphen, please roll an empowered overcome roll. So you're going to roll 3d6, take the 2 highest, and then add whichever stat makes sense for you.
Yes, I rolled my 2 highest are a 5 and a 2, so 7.
Mhm.
And my heat is +1, so 8.
Okay. So on a 7 and 9, you are successful, but the GM might choose to introduce an additional complication, trade-off, or misfortune. So that is going to be that as you go up, you guys are not quite as careful as you could be as you get higher in the tower. Maybe you make one too many perilous jumps, and the whole top of the tower shifts a bit. It is going to be a leap to get into the flight tower. And then
Right. I'm waiting at
Selva?
the top for them at this point. I don't need to leave. Right?
You're good.
Cool.
Selva?
I rolled a 6 and a 5 plus 2 for body is 13. Using my body. I mean, I in this case, I would just say I can float, so I probably don't make very much noise.
Now that is an unambiguous success. So for an overcome roll, that means you are successful and come away unscathed. So you just quietly float along. No problems. Things are like shifting and tilting, and there's gangs, and you're just like going along. Nothing to see here. Now we get back to Lilah. Now she, unfortunately, did not make it up all the way. So you find yourself face to face with this kind of like scraggly looking guard. Probably from one of the lesser thieves guilds of the millions that exist inside of Throne of the Small Ones. He's got like a little dagger, he's got a little coin purse. He's got like a lamp with a candle like burnt almost all the way down in it, and he sees you as you're trying to sneak past. Hey, what are you doing here?
And then I would like to. I don't know if this is a waste of this. How bad is this situation? How bad does this situation feel to me?
All of your friends have made it up the tower except you. You are alone.
Okay, I would like to spend a power die
Okay.
and get help from the local Beggars Guild. The GM will decide what form this help takes, but it will always show up no matter how impossible the situation, be genuinely helpful no matter the situation, be slightly dirty, and annoy someone powerful, whether right away or eventually.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
So as you're like, you notice that he's standing on this like old trap door, and it just drops out from under him, and he just falls screaming down the tower. And then this like what looked like a pile of rags in the corner gets up, and they're on top of like the thing that like opened and they just tip their cap to you and skulk off.
You fucking John
Thanks,
Wick.
Frederick.
Yeah, they John Wick you. And who that bothered, you don't know. Unsure. Could be
I love
anyone.
it. It's the same. It is that same John Wick energy of like Lilah can go into a room and will greet everyone by their first name. Hello, John. Karen.
And I keep going on my merry way.
You do. You make it to the top of the tower. Now, for Millphen, Lilah, and Selva, you notice that what was advertised to you as just kind of like a step and a jump into the next tower has become quite a leap. It is going to be a unless someone can come up with something creative.
How far a leap are we looking at?
Probably 20 feet.
20 feet.
I have 50 feet of rope and spikes. Can I use those to somehow
Yes.
create like a, overhanded jump thing? Okay.
Yeah, so instead of a broken roll to jump across, it will just be a standard roll. So 2d6 plus your body stat to get across.
Okay.
For all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the person putting the rope down doesn't have to do anything special. Okay.
The person putting the rope down got an unambiguous success, so I think that would be unfair.
I'm sorry. Is this
said-
what roll is this?
You are doing 2d6 plus body to get across the rope.
Now this is where you see how agile I am, Kesra.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so I suppose you could use reflex as well, if reflex is better.
Either way, I got a total of 8.
Okay.
Same.
5.
What did you get,
I'm
Millphen?
working with amateurs.
I got a 5 if we include reflex.
Okay, so as Lilah and Selva cross, you both so Selva, you like underestimate how heavy you are because you float. So you're just like, well, I float. What's the problem? But as you like drop onto the rope to hold it with your tiny little hands, the full weight of your solid crystalline body like rips the rope, and you two, Lilah and Selva, swing forward and hit the tower. Millphen is like right behind you and was about to grab the rope and kind of like slips and almost falls. So Millphen, right now you're like hanging off of the crooked tower.
Gosh darn it.
So you can do an overcome roll to try and get back up into the building. I think there might be some helpful combat rolls. Hold on.
Selva.
Selva didn't see what happened.
How wet is Selva? We were
Wet.
discussing this earlier.
Millphen, do you still have a power die?
Selva isn't wet.
How many do I start with?
1.
Then no.
Selva's kind of dusty.
What did you use it on? I don't think you used it yet.
I swear I used that on something. Let's say I didn't.
I think I'm the only one who's used a power dice.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, just Lilah and Kesra, I think.
Okay. We'll
So,
say that. We'll go
Millphen,
with that.
Yeah, you are hanging off the tower, wondering what you're gonna do, and the same beggar from before, you don't know this, but the same beggar that helped Lilah, he's like a hand reaches down and grabs your hand and pulls you back up into the tower, and then kind of like dusts you off and winks and vanishes into the shadows.
The hand winks like this.
Oh, I should say that the beggar, you get like kind of a better view than Lilah did. The beggar in this case it's like a normal human torso and like arms and legs, but the head is a floating book with a single eye.
I'm just gonna file
Covered in
that
pretty
away
legs.
for later. Strange.
I'm a
It is strange,
bibliophiliac.
but it's not too strange for Throne. That's like a standard thing you'll see running around. But Millphen, you are fine, but you are still on the wrong side of the tower.
You are fine.
Hey
If someone-
everyone. Good luck. I'll be right here.
Hey, Benny, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. Sorry,
So you can-
there's a movie where I'm from called The Mummy.
So let's see. You can.
Millphen is freaked the fuck out. Not a fan of
Selva
heights.
listens to Lilah explain the entire plot of the Mummy. Just very like. Then what?
So then she's drunk and he's drunk and they almost kiss, but then they get attacked by desert people.
Oh,
It's always
all
the
right.
way it
So
happens.
Millphen, you can. They're here. I don't think you have queried the cosmos yet, and I don't think you've tried to pry secrets. So you can try one of those to get across.
Why, God?
Millphen.
Okay, so repeat that and I'll cut this.
Millphen, you can pry secrets
Mhm.
or query the cosmos. to
Oh,
try and find a
Weird.
way to get across.
you know, I like to queer the cosmos.
All right. Does your character have a special thing with Query the Cosmos?
No,
Higher cosmos. Queer.
I have geomancy and dread sorcery.
It would be under your race on your sheet.
Oh.
Why are you hanging out with an
When someone is frightened of you, empower your next spend will roll against them.
Oh, okay. That's right. So query the cosmos. That's what we said we're gonna do. Good. So you just roll 2d6.
Queer the cosmos.
Queer the cosmos. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. You can queer the cosmos. Roll 2d6 plus mind.
That's a 5
Total. Oh God.
total. Look,
That's
I've not
also a
been
failure.
rolling well today.
All right. So on a miss, you can ask a question, but the answer may or may not be truthful. You have to ask questions from this list. Who's really in charge here? What's about to happen? What here seems false or deceitful? What here could be useful to me? What has just happened here? What seems to be the safest path forward?
I suppose I'll go with what's the safest path forward.
So you think down there running that way, tip the tower away. Maybe if you run this way, you can tip the tower closer.
Oh, ooh, okay. So it's like a swing. So I need to run this way to bring it back, and then I run that way to bring it closer and get like not leverage, but whatever the word is,
Mm-hmm.
until I swing it close enough that I can make a jump.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm scared
Seems smart.
shitless and I don't want to do that.
All right. Everyone else on the other side, what are you doing to help your friend who is currently stuck in the other tower?
Can I push a move to try and swing back with the rope?
Yeah. So a
Um,
push means that if you succeed, you will get a power die.
Okay. I'm going to additionally declare that I'm being insanely reckless. So if I fail, I take 2 break die, but if I
Okay.
succeed, I get 2 power die.
Okay.
Is this something that I can survive?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
It's my Selva.
So I mean, I work with Millphen, and also I'm the one that snapped the rope. I don't, I don't want to come home to a shop that I can't work at anymore, where I get to see cool new rocks and things that I could potentially find interesting. And I feel a little responsible. So, gonna try and while hanging from the rope, hopefully Lilah gets off, but I'm gonna try and like walk it up the wall one way and then swing back to try and come over to the tower that
Okay.
Millphen's
Yeah,
on.
I didn't imagine I was hanging on to the rope.
You're just like straight against the wall, facing the wall the whole time. Wait, like what's going on? Someone pull me.
What's happening? All right. So on a push, when you want to yada 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 yada, if you roll a 2 to 6, the GM may take a break die. Deciding to push a move is always a player choice. They can always do something foolhardy, heroic, impressive, or risky without pushing it. The GM can never ask somebody to push a move. Break dice are the GM's equivalent to power dice. So that essentially, if you fail this roll, I get a power die.
You can like override one of my successes, or
There's like a few things that I can use power die for.
Oh my.
That's a great punishment because it's sort of incentivizing me to see what you do.
Yeah. So go for it. You just roll 2d6 and see if you succeed.
Okay. Can I add like body?
Nope.
For a
not on a push.
10.
Hell yes. Oh my
So
god.
I get
So
2
you
power
get
die.
2 power die,
Oh.
and you successfully swing up. You grab Millphen, and then you kind of like heroically swing back, and you guys get up into the tower.
Oh my god, Selva, you're getting a raise.
Sorry.
You know how you only made $1 a day? Now it's $1.50 a week.
Wait, I'm supposed to be paid?
Wait, I'm being paid? You know how you were working for store credit?
I maybe think that I have a different agreement than I actually do. But yeah, I'm just like,
All right, everyone
sorry,
is up
sorry, I
in the
broke the vote.
tower.
Oh,
You made it. Everyone made it, and there was no
Yes.
problems. No one had any issues. No one almost knocked down an entire tower trying to get down. over
Murdering
to this
everyone
time.
inside.
The little
We did
beggar
it.
was like, I did so much good today.
Millphen reaches out for a high five.
To who?
Everybody. Just the void. Okay.
Selva will. Selva floats up the alarm.
No, there's no reciprocation.
Yeah, I did a.
No.
I didn't
no
in real life.
reciprocation.
Jacob in real life didn't, but Selva did. Selva was just kind of slow to clap. So it's like awkward, but
I didn't.
Yeah, it's the
really
dual
care.
cores. They
I
argue with
kind
each
of knew what
other.
you were going for. I didn't want to.
All right, so you guys find yourself pretty close to the top of this spire. You've kind of swung into this window that's it's kind of like on a catwalk next to a ladder that goes up to another level. Below you, you can see kind of a scene of carnage. The Flesh Rippers or Terrors, I think I've said both, guild have kind of set up shop, and they're like actively fighting with like some city guard, because what the Flesh Rippers, Terrors, etc. are doing
Carvers.
is that this very busy airport, they're killing people and cooking them to then sell their meat to devils. That's what they do. Devils notoriously love delicious human fillets, and that's what the Flesh Rippers are doing. So they are kind of like fighting down, and you guys are heading up. So if you're quiet, they will not hear you and carve you up for delicious sandwiches.
And the episode ends rather abruptly because we took a break and Nataliy, fell asleep. Yeah, I did that. So we'll figure out next time what's going on with the airship and all that, you know? So thank you for listening. I'll catch you next time.